Hi everyone, it's me, Jack Cooper, just here to talk to you about the Mettathon, the 7th annual Mettathon that's coming up on January 26th. We'll be sitting at Mazzoni Center at 1348 Bainbridge Street from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I will be sitting a 5-hour continuous loving kindness meditation, and I will be dedicating the merit of the practice to the trans, non-binary, and gender expansive community. And the recipients of this year's funds will be the Our Way and Sisterly Love programs that are run by my friends Tatyana Woodard and Joniece Greer. So I thought I did write out on the page what the programs are about, but I thought rather than reading what I wrote, it would be nice to have Tatyana and Joniece tell you about the programs that they lead and tell you about what those programs do for our communities. So go ahead, Tatyana.
Hi, I'm Tatyana Woodard again, and I'm in charge of the Our-Way program, which is a trans-specific program here at Mazzoni that offers referrals, links to other services throughout the agency, as well as a weekly drop-in where we offer a hot meal and access to gender-affirming clothing, accessories, wigs, and basic needs. So at the Our Way drop-in, we do life skills, art therapy, and sometimes the group just wants to talk. So we just like to offer an open space to the trans community, which is unique about Our Way and is kind of different than Sisterly Love, is Our Way serves the trans community whole. So we have trans men that come to our group, non-binary folks that come to our group, as well as trans women who come to our group.
Okay, my name is Joniece Greer. I am the facilitator for Sisterly Love. The Love in Sisterly Love stands for Leading Others via Education. So, speaking from my experience, I was a member of Sisterly Love around 2013 or 14, and me being a member and it also being engaged in different events and everything, one day I became the facilitator of it. This is an example of both of our programs, servicing the community, but also leading others to become leaders, basically. And in my group, I target the trans film community. I work with a lot of trans women, and yeah, that's pretty much about my group. So, and I also help my group members gather or access resources to hygiene kits. If they need medical resources, I also offer that as well.
So can I just ask a couple of follow-up questions?
Yes.
So I also saw when I was looking at the Mazzoni site, it talked about something with Sisterly Love in particular about a resume building workshop that you've done before, and so that's one of the ways that you're uplifting the community and helping them develop skills that they might not be able to develop otherwise.
Like life skills,
right?
Because it's hard for just a trans person in general to obtain employment. So we have these workshops and resources for our community to be able to get a job, or get employment. So
I think it's really difficult when we try to explain what we do, because some days that looks so many things.
Yes.
We escort clients to Social Security office.
Yes.
We escort clients to the welfare office.
Home
visits. Home visits. When they can't access the food bank, we take the food to them.
Right. And you're doing those kinds of things because it's scary to go
Right.
into agencies like
Right.
Social Security,
Yeah.
because you don't know from moment to moment how you're going to be treated.
Right.
And I just remember my own experience before I medically transitioned, before I was being perceived as, a male, I didn't want to go and get my driver's license information changed because I was afraid that I was going to be ridiculed in the DMV. So I'm imagining that, just any kind of thing that a lot of people will take for granted being able to do, it's more difficult because you just don't know who's going to be behind those desks, and even if the people there are friendly, just having someone there to just be there with you, so that
and support.
because regardless of whether they're friendly or not, there's a fear that they're not going to be, and that can be, and it's very real, especially when members of the trans community are faced with violence. The other thing I noticed on the Mazzoni site when I was looking at both programs is that the programs also offer SEPTA passes.
Yes.
And snacks. You referenced a meal, and I think that it's important to talk about that because when people don't have access to things that, again, a lot of people take for granted, just being able to ride public transportation, if you don't have the money to ride, then you can't come to a program and access the resources that are there. And also people are often going without meals, so to have food, it's a way to bring people into the groups and give them an opportunity to participate, and also, get a really important need met.
The interesting thing about Our Way is that we did a community assessment when I first started to build Our Way program, and it was a question on there that says, what prevents you from coming to groups? And transportation was the number one thing on there, and anxiety. So those were two things that we definitely try to empower people that come to both groups with the transportation and with helping with anxiety, like escorting them to, different social service agencies throughout the city.
And I noticed also with the Our Way program, and I've been, on site at Mazzoni when you were getting ready for the annual Friendsgiving event that you do, where you host a community meal, and it's awesome. The people donate food, right? There are people who cook meals, in other words, or dishes, or how does that happen?
This year we actually had someone donate the whole meal to us.
Yeah, fantastic.
Which was amazing. In previous years, we have had caterers who have cut the cost down to nothing, where they were just basically charging us to get the supplies for the food, wasn't charging us for cooking it or anything like that. And Mazzoni was gracious enough to cover those expenses because both programs are lowly funded, as we know.
Right.
And it costs to do this amazing work.
Right.
So we definitely appreciate you for doing this on our behalf.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I've said this before, and I really believe this, that when we value the work that people do, we need to support them to do the work. And and I've been as blunt as to say that the best way to really support trans communities is to put your money where your mouth is. If you say you're an ally, give us money so we can do the work that we're doing. We can't rely on bigger entities to, like, this is a community effort, and that's how trans, non-binary, and gender expansive communities have survived and existed, is through uplifting each other and ourselves. So it's my pleasure to help you keep doing what you're doing, because you do really valuable, wonderful work.